Boys and girls, ladies and germs. All right, guys. So we are, excuse me, we're going to go over PowerPoint again for EMR. This is going to be the last one for chapter one. Emergency medical response practice is what we're going to talk about here. Just a nice little picture here. Let's move on. Okay. Medical practice, responder practice. What do we actually do, or how do we know what we do? It's state legislation that tells us what our responsibilities are out in the field. State EMS agencies that disseminate that information to us when we get our license and actually start doing our job. Regional and local agencies, medical director, who is one who oversees what's going on and gives us our direction. When things change, they're the ones who are going to write in to affect those changes, and it's going to then come down to us. Agency rules and regulations, the agency you actually work for. Roles and responsibility of emergency medical responder. Equipment readiness. First things first, every single day when you get on the job, the first thing you do is go in and start working on getting yourself prepared. You go through your unit, you check all your medical supplies, you check all your equipment and make sure it's all there in good working order. Safety is always a big priority. We got to think about that in every aspect of what we do. We are looking at being personal safety for ourselves, that all our equipment is working correctly, that we're prepared for our day on a daily basis, and we're safe. Scene evaluation and scene size up. We're going to be discussing more about this stuff, how we actually look at a scene, evaluate the overall safetyness of it and what's actually happening there, and how we can determine the size up, determine if the patient is a trauma patient, a medical patient, and how we're going to handle this. Gaining access would be actually finding a way to access the patient. Sometimes they're out in the open, pretty easy to get to. Other times they're inside the home, and we may need to find ways to actually get into the home because everything's locked up. Maybe it's a car accident. We may have to gain access to the patient at that point. And then finally getting into that patient assessment, doing the actual head-to-toe exam, questioning the patient, finding out exactly what's going on with them. Patient care. Once we've done the assessment, we should have an idea of what the actual responsibility is, our responsibility to care for the injuries or illness that they actually have. Emotional support is one of the most important things we can do, guys. If we are supportive emotionally to the patient, we are doing everything we possibly can to make their lives that much better and get them through this moment, because emotionally they're having a tough time. They're scared in some cases, not really sure what actually is going on, and we need to support them in that. Continuation of care is us passing this off to the next person, the allied health staff. This is the nurse and doctors in the hospital, giving them the information that we collected as to what's going on with the patient so they can continue that actual care. Medical legal standard of care, we will be discussing that as well in another chapter. And community relationships. Definitely want to make sure we have a good relationship with our overall community that we work with. Okay, moving through, let's go to quality improvement. You guys did this in the Friday wrap-ups, kind of explained it. A lot of you guys did a good job explaining this. It's not a hard concept, but it's a very important concept. It's going over all the things that we've done in the past, recently done, and trying to make sure we do things better in the long run. Quality improvement ensures high quality in your skill set. It looks at all aspects of an agency. So it's not just the EMT or the paramedic in the field. It's actually everybody involved in that agency all the way around. And we have to create what's called a QI committee. So a group of individuals, maybe receptionists, business owner, and EMTs in the field, plus dispatchers, who all come together to work on this committee to keep that quality improvement improving constantly all the time. Errors in admission, errors in EMS, prevention. We want to make sure that we're preventing these errors. That quality improvement is going to be what helps us prevent any other future mistakes that might happen. Double check facts or decisions. Use reassurance whenever we can. Question assumptions. If I'm assuming something, I want to make sure I question. Look at the patient. It really looks to me like they're having a cardiac issue. I want to question them that much more and try and really work on seeing if I can pull out exactly what's going on there. Ask for help whenever necessary. Don't be shy if you're not sure. That's why I like working in this job as EMS, because I work with a partner. I know I don't know everything. If I ever tell you I know everything, you know I'm full of it, okay? The fact of the matter is I don't know everything. And my partner doesn't know everything, but the two of us together, we know quite a lot, right? So always ask for help, because if I don't know, someone else might. Debrief and look for ways to improve. This can be that QI committee that takes a look at a large incident that just happened to really kind of make sure it's a better thing, or it could be just you and your partner in the ambulance after running the call where you both kind of functionally discuss what went on and how can we make this better next time. Research in EMS. EMS is always changing. I'll tell you right now, we are going to go through CPR. It's going to be kind of hokey, but we're going to do it. And CPR changes about every 5 to 6 years. It readjusts and changes. Important we stay up on top of that. Tourniquets. It's just going in here, but reality is when I first became an EMT back in 1992, tourniquets were not used. We learned bleed control. They said, here's how you do it. Don't worry about it. You're never going to see it again. But they've made a resurgence and they are used, and we will learn how to do that. But reality is things are constantly adjusting and changing EMS, so we have to be on top of this. And that QI committee is one of those making sure that it actually is happening. We're looking at new data coming out, we're looking at new procedures coming out, and is it something we can do? And that committee helps us decide if it's something we're going to bring into our organization or not. I think that brings us to the end here, guys. That's it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this now. You guys will have taken notes, obviously, and there should be some questions popping up. Now, this is chapter 1. We're done with chapter 1, and I don't think I'm necessarily going to test you on this because it's a short chapter. It's the first one through. So once we get finished up all the way around with this, we're going to start chapter 2. Okay? Thank you very much for your time, guys. Take it easy. Bye.